listens, their cries will be heard.
Together courage is one.
Then all the world's voices shall harmonize in song.
Found strength to go on.
When they call, I will respond, all are welcome here.
Come rest your soul, I'll shelter you mighty.
When they call, I will respond, all are welcome here. Rest your soul over here. I'll rise with the sun,
I'll rise with the sun
and know no fear.
and know no fear.
I'll rise with the sun,
I'll rise with the sun
and know no
and
fear.
know no fear.
I'll rise with the sun,
I'll rise with the sun
and know no
and
fear.
know no fear.
I'll rise with the sun,
I'll rise with the sun
and know no fear.
no fear.
When they call, I will respond, all are welcome here.
Come rest your soul, I'll shelter you mighty.
When they call, I will respond, all are welcome here. Rest your soul over here. When they call, I will respond, all are welcome here.
Come rest your soul and conquer all your fears.
When they call, I will respond, all are welcome here. Rest your soul. Over here.
Hi, and welcome to this very special Notes for Nourishment concert in celebration of International Peace Day. My name is Donna Storing. I'm the founder of Listen for Life, which is a global nonprofit inspiring and empowering musicians of all cultures and countries to use their gifts in the service of others. We do this through a wide range of projects and programs, one of which is the Notes for Nourishment series. In these concerts, musicians volunteer to donate their time and talents to play concerts that nourish an audience in order to collect donations for a nonprofit of their choosing that nourishes the homeless, the hungry, or the hurting, whether of a particular community or of the world. For now, I would just like to add that our sponsor for today's concert is Travels with Music, which is a online cross-cultural resource for teaching social studies, geography, history, English as a second language, many other core curriculum subjects through cross-cultural music videos. And this is now being given for free online to anyone who wants it. And they want you to know that. So they're sponsoring this concert. All you have to do, if you're an educator or a school or a parent trying to help find some online curriculum, is go to travelswithmusic.com. And right now you probably hear an airplane above me bringing people to one culture or another, one location or another. And we're about to do that right now in this program as well. So enjoy. Our first three performers will take you from Native American chant, as we're starting here in California, to cello playing a Hebrew prayer, to an oud from the Middle East playing some joyous song. Enjoy.
Hello, my name is Janine Washington, and I come from the Yuchi, Seminole, and Northern Plains Shoshone Nations. My clan is the Hodel-Gulgi clan, the Wind clan, and I'm very happy to be with you here on Peace Day. This is a very important day. The whole earth needs peace now more than ever. And I'm very happy to share with you a very beautiful song from Native America that speaks to the peace that we all need. But before I begin, I have to quote one of our dear prophets, Crazy Horse. He gave a prophecy long ago that I hope and pray and believe will come to pass. He said, "I see a time when the red nation shall rise again, and it shall be a blessing for the whole earth. A world that is suffering, that is sick and dying, a world filled with broken promises, selfishness, and separation, a world longing for the light. I see a time," he said, "when all the colors of mankind will gather under the sacred tree of life, and the whole earth will become one circle again. Let us believe and pray that that is so, and let us work together to make it so." So I'm going to sing this song for you called Skis de Liski, and it is an ancient prayer song that the people would use during time of great tribulation and trouble. And they would, in this song, implore and ask the Creator to give them peace, to be with them, to walk with them, to go before them and make healing medicine for them, to provide for them, to shelter them and protect them, and give them peace. And in return, they would always and forever worship and praise, sing and make music to the Creator. So, let's do that today. Let's pray for the peace of our world. Squatini se stioa eladiga isai chiwaniga laiui chalaniga dini skis deliski skis deliski diski gano wadido skis deliski skis deliski diski gano wadido no wotina ugogai anowski stuisi achilano ulogila igaia isesti skis deliski skis deliski diski gana wadido skis deliski skis deliski diski gano wadido galasino uwala Jordan diu way skio is the della cuno aquelli skidai skis deliski skis deliski dohideski gano, gistoni, skis deli, skis deli, dis gano, wa di do, skis deli, skis deli, dis gigano, wa di do, skis deli, skis deli, do ski, sostana, ni go ila, do dagano, gistoni, do dagano, gistoni, do dagano, gistoni. May it be so. Shondahai. Peace and harmony to you and yours. Happy Peace Day.
Hey there, Evan Kahn here, cellist. Talking to you from the San Francisco Bay Area. And really excited to present to you this piece today by Ernest Bloch, his prayer from a suite for cello and piano called From Jewish Life. And he wrote this piece around a time when he was really thinking a lot about and delving into his identity as a Jewish man. And the melodies from the whole piece, not just the prayer, are meant to be evocative of traditional Jewish music, but is actively not trying to draw or derive itself from folk melodies. He's trying to create something new, and I think it works really well. I think it sounds a lot like a piece that would have been written hundreds and hundreds of years ago, but we get that sense of Jewish guilt, but also a sense of collective guilt, a sense of collective spirit as well, and there's a lot of hope in this piece as well. I love it so much, and you can hear, those of you who know Jewish high holiday services, there's a traditional way of cantorial singing the piece Avinu Malkeinu. There's a lot of parallels between the theme from that tradition and the theme in Bloch's prayer. And some believe that the traditional way that some synagogues, some cantors sing Avinu Malkeinu comes from the melody in this piece. So really excited to share this with you, and I hope you enjoy.
Hi everyone, my name is Nasser Musa, and I'm very happy and I'm very honored and blessed to be able to share my music with you on this special day. And it is a special day because we need such days, especially in our times and with the world, what the world is going through. We need to join hands and pray for our earth and pray for the people, for all nationalities, all ethnicities, and all beliefs in the world to join together and pray that so that we may get peace on this earth, not just for us, for the generations to come. And what I do is I compose and play and perform Christian music, hymns and songs, religious and spiritual songs, in which I try to get the focus of everybody else on this, the great power of God and how we all should be united under this and in our love for one another and in our care for our Mother Earth and in our care for each and everyone, for each other. And it gives me joy to be able to share my music with you. I was born in Jordan from Palestinian descent and lived most of my life. I live in the US. And as you see, I love music and very, very thankful and very blessed to be able to do it for a living. This is my instrument and it's called oud. The spelling is O-U-D and it's all made out of wood. The strings are nylon strings and the back is kind of funny, looks like half a watermelon shape or a pear shape, if you will. And those are the pegs, the tuning pegs, and this is the type of pick that I use. Originally it used to be an eagle's feather that was used for instrument to be played with, and now it's synthetic piece of plastic that is not very hard, not very soft, and it varies from one player to the other, depending on the style of playing. So this is the oud, and what I do is Arabic music, and I want to share with you two songs today. The first song is titled Salam, Salam, Ya Rab Salam. Give us peace, O Lord of peace. Ever since we came to this earth and grew up in this earth, we are hearing about peace and dreaming about peace in the world. But we don't know what that's like yet. Our parents lived and some died on this hope with them that one day they might see peace. My prayer is for us and for the next generations to come, that our children and the children of our children, so that they may have real peace on earth, in which the whole world will live in unity and in love. And it's a prayer that says, Salam, Salam, Ya Rabb Salam. Give us peace, O Lord of peace. Pray it with me. ونسمع بالسلام وكبرنا ووعينا لسه أهالينا عم تحلم بالسلام من أول ما جينا في هالدنيا ربينا ونسمع بالسلام وكبرنا ووعينا ولسه أهالينا عم تحلم بالسلام سلام 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 يا رب السلام سلام سلام يا رب السلام. Sing it with me and pray it. سلام سلام يا رب السلام سلام سلام يا رب السلام. بكفي بكفي بكفينا دم بكفينا دموع بكفي بكفي بيكبر فينا الهم والفرح ممنوع وممنوع الكلام يا رب السلام يا رب يا رب يا رب السلام سلام سلام يا رب السلام سلام سلام يا رب السلام سلام سلام يا رب السلام سلام. And you've heard the words بكفي بكفي. We've had enough blood, we've had enough tears over the years. Let's join our hearts together, praying for real peace for everyone. Salam, salam, Ya Rabb salam. And unfortunately, we keep having unfortunate events in this world. And I'm sure the majority of all of us hate to see pain and hate to see the tears of women and children and men when there's a catastrophe or a disaster like the one that took place in Beirut, Lebanon. We need your presence in this part of the world, Lord. تحنن محتاجك لبنان. يا رب احمي وطننا من الظلم وغدر الزمان، وللقداسي رجعنا نصلي ويزيد الإيمان. يا رب احمي وطننا من الظلم وغدر الزمان، وللقداسي رجعنا نصلي ويزيد الإيمان. دخيلك لا تتركنا، تحنن محتاجك لبنان، تحنن محتاجك لبنان. تحنن محتاجك لبنان، تحنن محتاجك لبنان، تحنن محتاجك لبنان. صعب لما الوضع يصير فقر وفساد وتعتير، صعب لما الوضع يصير فقر وفساد وتعتير، لما بيموت الضمير الكبير بياكل الصغير، وهالبلد شو شاف كتير والشعب تعبان. تحنن محتاجك لبنان، تحنن محتاجك لبنان. يا رب تحمي وطننا من الظلم وغدر الزمان، وللقداسي رجعنا نصلي ويزيد الإيمان. دخيلك لا تتركنا، تحنن محتاجك لبنان، تحنن محتاجك لبنان. يا رب ارحم، يا رب ارحم، بلدي مشتاق للأمان. انت محب الإنسان، تحنن محتاجك لبنان، تحنن محتاجك لبنان. Amen. Amen.
Hello again. For those of you just joining us, my name is Donna Storing, and I'm your host for today's special concert in honor of International Peace Day. Our next three performances are rather unusual experiences within a classical concert context, if you like. The first one, we get to journey with Faraz, the Santour performer, to his culture of Iran and his experience of music as a meditative, spiritually powerful experience, one note after the next. After that, we have a sort of mini lecture recital in a very exuberant manner, learning all about percussion instruments of the Middle East and the rhythms and what they connect with in a spiritual level. And following that, we have a Jewish cantor turned opera star and Broadway singer, Stephen Guggenheim, who will introduce two songs that he will share with us. We're so glad you're here with us, and please enjoy the next part of the concert.
Hi, my name is Faraz Minui, and this is my instrument Santour, and we are from the ancient and the historical land of the Iranian plateau. I believe some concepts are so grand that as soon as I shrink them down into a word, the whole concept fades away. maybe when one reaches a certain level of knowledge and wisdom, he or she will experience some form of spirituality. In my life, music and spirituality are the same. For me, music is the best medium and the most tangible medium that can manifest the higher consciousness or the collective consciousness that holds our being and the world together. I believe humans exist so that the world could realize itself. Therefore, when I try my best to create a work as pure as water, the world witnesses her own beauty and peace through this process.
Good day to you all. My name is Faisal Zidan. I am originally from Syria with a Lebanese Syrian background. I was raised in Syria, but I've been here in the States for many years now, almost 30 years. I've been playing the drums for the last 34 years almost also. I started with the Beki drum, this kind of drum. And when I came to the States, I learned about the rest of the drums that we play in the Arabic tradition. I learned the tambourine, the rep, and I learned also the frame drums. And since then, I took it upon myself to understand the tradition in its entirety, whether from Syria or from the other Arabic places like in North Africa or Iraq or the peninsula, the Arabic peninsula, all the way to Yemen and Sudan. And after that, I expanded more to Turkish music, Persian music, Central Asian in general, Balkan and Greek music. And within that, I saw the richness of all these traditions and the mixing that happened between them and the similarities and differences. In this talk, I'm going to concentrate on talking about the traditional or the musical tradition in Syria. I come from southern Syria, but most of the tradition is really located in whether in central Syria or northern Syria. Where I come from, it's mostly folk songs and whatever other like urban kinds of music. It's an extension of the other Arabic genres from the rest of Syria and Egypt and other places. So I'm going to talk about also the specific genre. In Syria, we have a lot of diversity in religion also as much as in society. We have many different ethnicities, and at the same time, the old religions, they all existed there, and they still, like Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. And within their coexistence, there was this development to the music that happened, starting from the religious chants of Judaism into the Christian chants, into the Islamic chants. And within that, you see how they have a little bit of relationship, whether if it's in the voice and how they make their lyrics or their voice projection. The kind of beats they use, the kind of maqamat, so the beats, the rhythms of many kinds, whether it's in a simpler beat in 2/4 or 4/4 or 6/8 or odd meters like 7/8 or 5/8 or 9/8, and then more complex and combined beats from 10 counts and higher, 11, 12, 13, 14, and so on. That's very present in those traditions, especially in the Islamic tradition in particular. The three traditions may share the maqamat or the melodic modes that we have, like Sabah and Hijaz and Rast and Bayati, all these names. But for the rhythmic structures, you find most of it happening in Islamic religious chants, and I will be demonstrating just at least one of those examples. One of the things noticeable about that tradition, the Islamic chant tradition, that it's common with the what we call secular kind of music or like urban music. It's mostly in the classical repertoire of that thing. This means some melodies that we have lyrics for them it's about love and about life and about other secular kind of subjects. The same melodies, you can put lyrics on them that they are religious, whether praising God or praising the Prophet or being about philosophy and spirituality and wisdom. And that's again very present in this genre, especially in Syria, in northern Syria. That city is called Aleppo. It's kind of a center for music. For many centuries, it's been producing this kind of music, and a lot of people got inspired by it. One of the main genres that came out, it's called muwashshahat. It's a classical singing genre. It developed throughout the time, but it has origins in older music. And at the same time, it developed hand in hand with that religious music. Again, I can just demonstrate one of the songs that I know myself personally. That it's originally, it could be a religious chant, but then the people of that city put on it just regular or secular lyrics. And the religious one is a praise of the Prophet, and the other one is just talking about two people just meeting and having some kind of conversation with a little bit of an argument. But again, it's the same melody. So I will demonstrate first the religious one, and it has a 4/4 beat for both of them, and it will go like this. Ya Imam الرسل يا سندي أنت باب secular song with the regular lyrics. تحتي هدجها وتعالى جنا وصار سحب السيوف يا ويل حالي يا ويل يا ويل يا ويل حالي أخذوا حبي وراحوا شمالي. So this is just one example out of those songs, and as I said earlier, you can find songs in more complex rhythms, like in a 10/8 or a 7/8. I can give just a short example of a 7/8 count song. That's again this one in praise of the Prophet again. So it's the 7/8 is this way. ما شممت الورد إلا زادني شوقا إليك وإذا ما مال غصن خلته يحدو عليك. ما شممت الورد إلا زادني شوقا إليك وإذا ما ماس غصن خلته يحدو عليك. Okay, so that's another example. One other thing to notice about this tradition, the religious one in particular, it's restricted to only rhythm instruments or percussion instruments. So you find sometimes they play the rebeki, they play frame drum and raq, but mostly they play the frame drums. There's a relationship, whether it's a Sufi kind of music or still mainstream Islamic chants, they count on the frame drum, whether you play it as a solo instrument by itself, just with everybody, or a number of frame drums playing together. And actually the more drums you have, the stronger and more beautiful and vibrant the beat will become. And this allows the chanters, no matter how many they are, to chant with more energy, and they get you to a certain point of ecstasy in the singing itself, and it allows the main singers or the soloists to do their own work of embellishment on top of the melody. And furthermore, even without the frame drums or drums at all, some of these traditions, they're built on the capability of keeping the beat with your voice, with a group. Like a lot of chanters, they work together. Sometimes they they tap their finger or something, but still they just count on their ability to sing this way. I can just chant, and again, a small part of something like this. This is from Egypt. And it's common with other religious traditions. So it's, and again, you can hear them when you watch them. They just do this. يا سيد الخلق حالي أنت تعلمه ومن سواك لهذا العبد يرحمه بحق جاهك عند الله خذ بيدي, and so on. But they keep this tap, you can see that there's no need for the drums in this case. That's basically about the traditional repertoire in Syria in particular, that has the mixing between the religious and the secular. And also it's an extension of the other local music that was there in Syria. And just to touch on one thing historical, Syria before Islam had a lot of Christianity, and within that, or before that, it had Judaism. But time and unfortunate political aspects created newer dimensions and newer societies, and some religions got removed on behalf of other religions. But nevertheless, they all got from each other, and they developed throughout the time until we got what we know right now of these Islamic chants. And as I said earlier, you can trace their roots into other Christian chants, especially in the use of the maqam and the voice projection. This is very notable between Syrian Christian and Syrian Muslim singing. And that's one good point of meeting, between those religions, to see the commonness when it comes down to human interaction. Us making music for ourselves as humans and exchanging it and making other newer music out of that. Thank you very much.
I will sing two prayers from the Jewish liturgy. The first prayer comes from Psalm 19 and is recited at many points during weekday services, Shabbat services, and holiday services throughout the year. The translation of the few phrases from Psalm 19: May the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be acceptable to you, my rock and my redeemer. He that brings peace to his universe will bring peace to us and to all the people Israel. Amen. והגיון ליבי לפניך. אדוני צורי וגואלי, עושה שלום במרומיו, עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו Amen. The second prayer I will sing is the Avinu Malkeinu, which early on in this program you heard Evan Kahn's beautifully passionate outpouring of the prayer composed by Ernest Bloch. Many people consider the quintessential melody of the High Holy Days to be Max Janowski's setting of Avinu Malkeinu, which I will chant, followed by the more traditional Ashkenazic version of the prayer, which brings to every Jew memories of past years and hopes for the future, along with thoughts of our families and those who are no longer with us. Our Father, our King, Avinu Malkeinu, which is recited during the services from Rosh Hashanah through Yom Kippur, is very appropriate to chant today. We are currently in the days of awe, the days between Rosh Hashanah, the Jewish New Year, and Yom Kippur, which is 10 days later, the Day of Atonement. Avinu Malkeinu, hear our prayer. Father, our King, we have sinned before thee. Have compassion upon us and upon our children. Help us bring an end to pestilence, war, and famine. Cause all hate and oppression to vanish from the earth. Inscribe us for blessing in the book of life. Let the new year be a good year for us all. Avinu Malkeinu, Shema kolenu. Avinu Malkeinu, Chatanu lefanecha. Avinu Malkeinu, Chamol aleinu. Ya'alol aleinu v'ta'apenu. Avinu Malkeinu gale dever v'cherev v'ra'av me'aleinu. Avinu Malkeinu gale chotzar u'mastin me'aleinu. Avinu Malkeinu, Avinu Malkeinu, Kotvenu b'Sefer Chaim Tovim, Avinu Malkeinu, Chadesh Aleinu, Chadesh Aleinu, Shana Tova. Avinu Malkeinu, Avinu Malkeinu, Chadesh Aleinu, Shana Tova. Avinu Malkeinu, Shema Kolenu, Shema Kolenu, Shema Kolenu. Avinu Malkeinu, Chanenu v'anenu, Avinu Malkeinu, Chanenu v'anenu, ki en banu mastin, aseh imanu, tzedaka v'chesed, aseh imanu, tzedaka v'chesed, v'hoshienu. Avinu Malkeinu, Chanenu v'anenu, Avinu Malkeinu, Chanenu v'anenu, ki en banu maasim. Aseh imanu, tzedaka v'chesed, aseh imanu, tzedaka v'chesed, v'hoshienu. Avinu Malkeinu. And now, as we are nearing the end of our extended-length program for International Peace Day, we have one more musical offering to share with you, a song for peace involving all of the performers from this program, created especially for this occasion by the young composer Savita Pereira. But before we do that, I wanted to personally invite all of our viewers to donate any little bit you can, online, from anywhere in the world you happen to be listening. Your donations will benefit two wonderful award-winning organizations working to build peace among people of all faiths and traditions, in the Middle East particularly. The first, Interfaith Encounter Association, has a successful 19-year history, winning numerous international awards for building bridges between Jews, Muslims, Christians, and other faiths by establishing over 100 small community groups based around shared interests or activities, including music. IEA volunteers come from all corners of the planet to participate in these encounters organized through their Jerusalem headquarters. Our other beneficiary from your donations will be the Collective Song Project under the auspices of rebuildingalliance.org. Collective Song is bringing string instruments and music lessons to the children of Al-Aqaba village, resulting in peace-building concerts and other activities. The beneficiaries are a joyous mix of Israelis and Palestinians of diverse faith traditions. Your donations will enable both of these organizations to start up some powerful new initiatives and continue to make a tremendous difference in the lives and hearts of millions of people who are just like you. All of us, the performers on this concert, are hoping you will participate with us in trying to make that difference, whatever way we can. So we thank you. And now, we will close this concert with Savita's Song for Peace. We pray for all those yearning for the chance to worship, live, work, or love in an atmosphere of true peace, physically and spiritually. We thank you again. When they call, I will respond, all are welcome here.
Come rest your soul, I'll shelter you mighty.
When they call, I will respond, all are welcome
Oh,
here.
beloved, rest your
soul over
here. I know that face, I know the fear in your eyes.
Long, long way from your home.
My love, take courage, I'll be by your side.
But may you won't be alone. When they call, I will respond, all are welcome here.
Come rest your soul, I'll shelter you mighty.
When they call, I will respond, all are welcome
Oh,
here.
beloved,
Rest your soul over here. When all the world listens, their cries will be heard.
Together courage as one.
Then all the world's voices shall harmonize in song.
Found strength to go on.
When they call, I will respond, all are welcome here.
Come rest your soul, I'll shelter you mighty.
When they call, I will respond, all are welcome
Oh,
here.
beloved,
Rest your soul over here. I'll rise with the sun
I'll rise with the sun
and know no fear.
and know no fear.
I'll rise with the sun
I'll rise with the sun
and know no
and
fear.
know no fear.
I'll rise with the sun
I'll rise with the sun
and know no
and
fear.
know no fear.
I'll rise with the sun
I'll rise with the sun
and know no
and
fear.
know no fear.
When they call, I will respond, all are welcome here.
Come rest your soul, I'll shelter you mighty.
When they call, I will respond, all are welcome here. Rest your soul over here. When they call, I will respond, all are welcome here.
Come rest your soul and conquer all your fears.
When they call, I will respond, all are welcome here. Rest your soul. Over here.
Hi, I'm Savita Pereira, composer of the last song that you just heard. Creating the song and getting to work with all of these wonderful musicians has been an incredible honor for me. I truly enjoyed the process of getting to learn how to compose for the Santour, oud, and various Middle Eastern percussion instruments, as well as for cello and vocals. I cannot thank these musicians enough for their enthusiasm and generosity. Our concert host, Donna Storing, has invited me to speak on behalf of all of us and thank each of you for being here with us as we honor International Peace Day. Let's hope that each of us can be encouraged to continue to strive for peace every single day of the year in our homes, our hearts, and our communities across the world. Thank you for coming.